Hello everybody, welcome to the second part of the Chapter 3 review. This review is going to count questions 21 through 30. So first off, we're going to start with number 21, and we need to determine what these two lines are. So line 1, to determine if they are parallel, horizontal, perpendicular, vertical, or none of the above, we have to find their slopes. So first off, here's line 1. So the slope of line 1 is going to be 3 minus 8 divided by 4 minus 5. And that would be negative 5 over negative 1, which will equal 5. And the slope of line 2, that slope is going to be negative 1 minus 9 over negative 2 minus negative 4. And if I add the opposite, that's going to be negative 10 over, add the opposite, a positive 2, which means the answer will be negative 5. And if you look at that, I have a slope of 5 and a negative 5, and this is a slope of 5. They're not exact, so the answer is not parallel. They're not opposite reciprocals. They're not perpendicular. Neither one of them are horizontal because their slope is not equal to 0 and their slope is not undefined. So then the answer is none of the above. For 22, based on the diagonal rule, which theorem would support that measure of A plus B is 180? So two angles that add up to 180. If this is A and that is B, they're supplementary. And the only one of these options that's supplementary is C, the consecutive interior angles theorem, because if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal and consecutive interior angles are then supplementary. For 23, we're trying to find the slope between these, so the slope would be negative 3 minus 3 divided by 4 minus negative 2. Make sure you add the opposite. That actually becomes negative 6 over, add the opposite, 6, which is equal to negative 1. So it's not positive, it is negative, it's not 0, it's not undefined. On 24, we're given the fact that CD is perpendicular to FG, and we have that 90-degree angle right there. Well, that also means it's 90 degrees right there, it's 90 degrees right there, and it's 90 degrees right there. So in this case, I can simply say that 5x and x are complementary, so they add to 90, which would then give me 6x equals 90. And if I divide by 6, that gets me x is equal to 15. So that's option C. 25 asks to find the slope of a ladder placed 4 feet from the wall. So here's 4 feet away from the wall. Here's the wall. And I have a ladder that touches the wall 12 feet up. So there's 12 feet right there. So what's the slope of this line? Well, remember, slope is simply equal to the rise over the run, which means the rise was 12 feet. Over the run of 4 feet, which will then equal 3. So the answer is A, positive 3. For number 26, we're trying to find the value of x, and understanding that I have a set of parallel lines right there. And for x, there's this transversal. And notice that I have a perpendicular mark right there, so that's 90 degrees. 5x would be consecutive interior angles. So that means if this is 90, then this also has to be 90. So then 5x would be equal to 90 degrees. And we divide by 5, and x is equal to 18. So the answer is A. In 27, what is the measure of the obtuse angle? Well, the only obtuse angle is right there, which has 5 times y plus 11. So we need to distribute that 5 in there, and that really becomes 5y plus 55. And let's take a look here at the fact that those angles, there's this transversal right there. And for that yellow transversal, well, that's this angle with this angle. Those two angles are consecutive interior. So that means that they are supplementary angles because I have parallel lines. So two parallel lines cut by a transversal. Consecutive interior angles are supplementary. Supplementary meaning that they add up to 180 degrees. All right, here's the equation. If I combine my y's, I end up with a 9y, and combine 55 and negative 10 would be plus 45 equal to 180. When I subtract the 45 from each side, my equation, which I'm going to move over here now, will say 9y is equal to 135. Now we divide by 9 on both sides, and if that's the case, y is equal to 15. Now be careful, it asks for the measure of the angle, so it doesn't just ask for what y equals. So what I need to do is plug 15 back into that equation right there. So I will do 5 multiplied by 15 plus 55, and that will equal 130 degrees D. On 28 here, see that I have a set of parallel lines, I am told, right there. M and N are parallel, and there is a transversal right there. And if I look at these two angles, there's 55, there's 2x plus 15. They are alternate interior angles, and if lines are parallel, alternate interior angles are congruent. So 2x plus 15 is equal to 55. Subtract off 15 from both sides. I will end up with 2x is equal to 40. And then when we divide by 2, x is 20. And our answer is A, 20. All right, last two here. On 29, I want to find the measure of angle 1. Well, if this is a right angle, then I also have 90 degrees on this side. So 1 and 62 are complementary. So if I do 90 minus 62, angle 1 is then 28, so option again is A, 28 degrees. And now on 30. So if I have a point at negative 2, 5, I'm first going to graph that point. So I go from 0, 0, 1, 2, negative 2, up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is my point, negative 2, 5. And now I use a slope of negative 2/3. Remember, we have rise over the run for slope. So rise negative 2 would mean I would go down 2 and run 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. There's my next point. I follow this pattern again. Down 2, right 3. Down 2, right 3. And down 2, right 3. Now just as a reminder, I also could have done up 2, left 3, and notice that's the same pattern. Up 2, left 3. There's the line. Now don't forget, when you're done, you must draw, it says graph a line, so I have to draw a line through it to finish it out. Now I have a line and I am done. Hope this is helpful. Good luck on the test.